This was gonna be one of those days. I get to the lake and it's warm outside. I'm pretty excited. It's the first real warm day we've had in uh, 2, 3 weeks or something like that. So I get to this spot and it's it's the shallow end of the lake. I figured they'd be kind of, at least the males will be kind of pushed up in here, sunbathing, chasing bait. First cast, pretty much as soon as it hits the water, I get smacked. So my hopes are up. It looks like it's going to be a good day. I've been grinding for the last couple weeks, not really getting fish here and there, but been putting in some time. It's a little guy, so unhook him and throw him back. So after that fish, didn't really didn't get no more hits. So I just kept moving spot to spot. On the other side of that little shallow end, there's another little cove that's shallow, and it was loaded up with bluegill. Didn't get no bites there, so kept it moving. Not really spending too much time at each spot. Um, what I have on is a little Havoc swim bait. On this rod, on another rod, I have the S Waver, the 168, and BBZ Junior. I stopped at this spot because I saw little ripples on the water, so I went to investigate and I saw a couple little bass, so I decided to throw at it. Haven't seen no big fish. Been throwing, what you don't see in the video is I was throwing the swim baits for a while and really haven't gotten that. Nothing was following and nothing, no hits. So I was content at this time catching these little guys just because I haven't really caught any fish for a while. This dude is real little. I'm like, oh my goodness. I was like, this is. I fish a little bit more, which I'm not gonna put in this video for about another hour and 30 minutes. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna move. I know this lake that should have some bigger fish within reach from the shore. Some bigger females or bigger males within reach from the shore. So I throw that guy back, just a little bit frustrated. I do catch a couple more smaller fish at this lake, but nothing worth putting in video. Those really weren't either, but I didn't want to have a video with me just casting, so I fished this spot for a little bit more and then I move on. Yeah, so I'm at the new spot, and I figured this spot would hold some nice size, some nicer fish, just because of the fact that it's shallow up on this end of it, and then it drops off to about 10, 12 foot. Not that it really isn't that far from the shore, maybe 20 feet. It starts to drop off. The other thing that really kind of if I'm in the area, I always try to fish this is at this house looking structure off to my right. That's actually a visitor center, and on that dock, people actually there's fish pellets, and people actually feed the bluegill, and the bluegill are pretty big. But if you stay there long enough, you're almost guaranteed to see a nice sized bass come up and start smacking them. So I throw off to the left just because there's you can't see it in the video, excuse me, but there's a piece of driftwood right under the surface that I just wanted to bring the swim bait by real quick, just to see if anything will follow or smack it. I'm seeing activity in the water, so I'm feeling pretty good. I'm throwing the BBZ Junior in a rainbow trout pattern. There's no rainbow in this reservoir. This lake's actually, at least for Maryland, is a pretty nice size. It goes underneath that road right there, and it really opens up. But this is the only spot that you can access from shore. With the rest of the lake, you have to have a boat to access. So I decided to throw to the second spot that I'm also feel that there might be a nice sized bass there, and it's right where I was telling you that where people feed the bluegill. The visitor center isn't open right now, but the fish they go on habits. So and you actually see the hit on my. If you look at the rod tip, you'll see the fish hit the bait. There you go. I figured it's a pretty nice bass. The rod that I'm using is actually not a swim bait rod at all. It's actually a flipping rod. It's rated, I believe, 1 to 2 ounces, something like that, or 3/4 ounce to 2 ounces. And I just use it just to throw these 6-inch baits. I don't throw no bigger baits on it. But she ended up being a 5-pounder. Real nice fish. It really made up for the day of dinks.